2,000 years before social media, Rome had a daily news feed carved into stone. But make no mistake, it wasn't journalism, it was propaganda. Here's how Caesar controlled what the people knew, and what they didn't. Imagine you're in ancient Rome. You step into the bustling forum. The smell of fresh bread fills the air. Merchants shout prices. Politicians rush past in their togas. And on a wall, a scribe hammers away at a slab of stone. Carved into that stone are the headlines of the day. A new law, the outcome of a trial, news of a military victory, maybe even who married whom last week. People gather to read it. Some squint, others can't read, so they ask friends to explain. Before long, the entire city is buzzing. Rome didn't have Twitter or CNN, but it did have something just as powerful, and maybe just as dangerous. This was the Acta Diurna, the Daily Acts. Started by Julius Caesar around 59 BCE, it was the world's first state-issued daily news bulletin. Every day, officials posted new entries, court decisions, Senate debates, edicts from the emperor, births, deaths, gladiator match results. It was all there. But here's the catch. The Acta wasn't journalism. It wasn't neutral. It was propaganda. The Roman state acted as editor, publisher, and distributor. The Acta told you what they wanted to know, and just as importantly, what they didn't want you to know never appeared. The Acta was carved on stone or metal and displayed in the Forum, the beating heart of Rome. Scribes sometimes copied versions to send across the empire. Imagine it, a physical news feed, updated daily, but it was curated. A general's success might be glorified, a costly defeat quietly ignored. Laws passed by the Senate appeared with an official spin. Even gossip items, births, marriages, festivals, reminded people of Rome's order and power. It looked like transparency. In reality, it was information control. Yet the Acta was only half the story. Rome was a rumor city. Senators held contiones, public speeches in the Forum. Crowds listened. Not everything went through official channels. Rumors spread fast. News of a scandal, a failed law, or a botched speech could travel across the city in a day. Graffiti on walls echoed popular opinions. Plays mocked political figures. Even satire became a form of information sharing. Control mattered here too. The Roman elite constantly fought to suppress hostile rumors. They passed laws against slander. They staged counter events to drown out criticism. Information was a battlefield. For the Roman elite, reputation was everything. Without mass media, your image depended on what people said about you. That meant you had to master both official and unofficial news. Use the Acta to present yourself as successful and legitimate. Use games, speeches, and ceremonies to spark positive gossip. Fight against rumors that could destroy your career. Think of it as brand management 2,000 years before Instagram. And for ordinary Romans, sharing news wasn't just fun. It was political participation. Talking about what you'd seen, heard, or read was one of the few ways common citizens shaped public life. So why should we care? Because the Roman story sounds familiar. The Acta Diurna was government-controlled media. Today, governments still issue curated reports, press releases, and official statements. Different tools, same strategy. Rome's rumor networks worked like Twitter or TikTok. Information spread fastest when people repeated it in their own circles. And just like today, the most emotional or dramatic stories traveled the furthest. Even the tactics feel modern. Plant supporters in a crowd? That's like astroturfing online comments. Stage a grand spectacle? That's like hosting a flashy press event. Suppress bad news? That's spin control. At its core, Rome shows us that the fight over information is ancient. Every society invents ways to share news, and every ruler tries to control it. So next time you scroll your feed or watch breaking news, remember this. 2,000 years ago, Romans gathered in the Forum to read the Acta Diurna. They debated speeches, they swapped gossip in taverns, they carved opinions into walls. Different technology, same human hunger for news, same struggle over truth and control. Because in Rome, just like today, information wasn't just knowledge, it was power. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Would you rather get your news from a carved stone in the forum or from Twitter? Until next time, stay curious.